I've been through a number of different things in my life, you know. Like in my book, I talk about everything that I've been through, good and bad, you know. I was suicidal at the age of 13. I tried to kill myself through all of my entire career. Had different types of surgeries throughout my career, broke my neck. I have a rare disease now that there's no cure to. I think in 2003 I had 9 surgeries in 11 weeks. So for me, what I understood is that when you go through life experiences, it defines you. It's not when everything is going well for you that defines you, because everything is easy then. If you're winning, you're making money, everybody's your friend, everything's all good, it's easy. That doesn't define you. I think when you go through challenges and adversity, that really defines you. At that time, you find out who you really are. And sometimes you might realize that you don't like who you really are. And then you have to learn to try to make peace with yourself. Sometimes that's difficult, very difficult. You know, in going through all the various ups and downs in my life, I began to realize that I wasn't the only one who was having trials and tribulations, that there are other people out there also. You know, not to get all deep or anything with you guys, but if you look in the Bible, it talks about people who went through great and bad things. You know, there's, you know, Abraham, who was willing to kill his own son, you know, to please God. You imagine if you have kids or if you have a brother, you know, what that would feel like to be empowered, that you would actually kill your own son to empower or to, you know, show your respect. That takes a great strength to be willing to do that. So what I realized is that I wasn't the only one in the world going through good and bad stuff. You know, at a point in my life, I just realized that sometimes when you're given lemons, you got to try to learn how to make lemonade out of them and serve it back to people and help them. So what really became therapeutic for me is helping people. That helped me get over, you know, what I was going through. When I told the public and told the world that I was suicidal at the age of 13 all the way till 33, when I made that public, I started getting letters and emails from people all over the world that were going through similar things that I was going through. What that helped me to understand is that I wasn't the only one, and that we could help each other in going through those things. So that empowered me. So in going through that, and I'm not the only one who has a rare, you know, disease. There's tons of people out there. There's people who've lost their lives and stuff like that. So it's again in my way of giving back that empowers me and make me feel better. So you just got to learn not to be selfish. I remember one time I was in a hospital and I was very angry, you know, because, okay, you know, in honesty, I used, you know, all kinds of sports technology drugs to achieve a look, to compete, to try to be the best in the world, but I didn't drink alcohol, I didn't party, I didn't use drugs, I didn't smoke, I didn't do the ecstasy. I did what I did for my sport, but I didn't do other things. And I remember laying in the hospital thinking to myself, man, I didn't do all this other crazy crap all these guys are doing, and here I am. Why this happened to me? You know, why me? And I was very angry. And I remember a nurse, she must have been there the whole time while I was venting, and she just looked at me. She goes, you know what you gotta do? You need to stop being selfish. You're very selfish. And I'm like, what are you saying? I'm selfish? Don't you know what I'm going through? She goes, listen, look at everything you achieved in your life. Look at all these things you've been able to do. You've been able to go to all these different countries. You've been able to make money. You've been able to have a great lifestyle. And here you are being selfish. You need to stop focusing on yourself and focus on your family. And at that time, I realized, like, wow, I am being selfish, because I'm thinking, why did this happen to me? Me. Not thinking about everybody else. And at that time, my vision opened. I was like, okay. So it's not always about me. So once I realized that, it just gave me a strange desire to be able to go out and help other people. And actually, I feel better when I go out and I help someone else instead of helping myself. If I see somebody on the side of the road and I choose to give them $5 or $10 or whatever, I don't care what they go and do with it. I don't care if they go and buy drugs. I don't care if they go and buy alcohol. I don't care if they go and buy food. That's not my responsibility, nor do I have any power over that. My act of goodness still means the same. If they go and buy food, that doesn't change my act. If they go buy a drug and they kill themselves, that doesn't change my act. my hat still remains the same. So just like yourself, Marcelo, and putting on this event, for all these people here, it's your way of giving back, and that empowers us as human beings. So that's my answer to that question.